My name is Naomi Mbuvi and this is the Land and Property Diary. Now today we are along the Eastern Bypass, that is Kamakis all the way to the Ruiru Junction, and want to find out what are the current developments in this area and also the cost of land in this area. Welcome to the show. Now, today on Players, we're talking to Dennis Gitari of Verified Real Estate, who will give us more insights on how such urban developments have changed this area. Let's talk to him. Dennis, this is amazing what you guys are doing here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You
We started around May, June 2022. Yes.
How has it been so far?
So far, so good. We have managed to sell out our first court and the residents have moved in. We have sold out the second one. The third one is around 60% sold. The fourth one is around 40% sold. Okay. Yeah, so we are witnessing a lot of interest and demand in whatever we are doing. Okay. Yes.
Let's talk about the general demand. Hapa ni wapi? Tuseme Eastern Bypass.
Yes, this is along the Eastern Bypass. And generally in Ruiru, we have seen a lot of interest. Our past projects, they have all been in Ruiru, and we continue to develop there. Yes. Where is there such demand? When watu wanataka kuishi Eastern Bypass? So for Eastern Bypass, we have so many factors. I'll start with the most recent ones. The Eastern Bypass stretch from Thika Road, exit 11, all the way to Cabanas. It was recently dualed, so now it's a dual carriage all the way. So that means ease of commuting from one place to the other. It's very easy, unlike a few years back. So that is one. If you look to guys who are bringing up families, young families, schools. We have quite a number of schools along the Eastern Bypass and nice schools. If you look at something like accessibility to shopping malls, tertiary institutions, hospitals, they are all within like a 10 km radius. So it's a really hot market for someone who is looking to get a place to stay.
Kitambo Ruiru ilikuwa ushago, but now it's very developed and it's cosmopolitan. What has increased this demand, in property here? When
we look at Ruiru, we have so many reasons why a lot could have changed in the last like 10 years. Okay, I mentioned infrastructure. It has really been improved, starting from Thika Road all the way to now the joining roads. We have the Eastern Bypass connecting Mombasa Road and Thika Road. We have the Northern Bypass connecting the upper side of Kiambu to Ruiru town. We have better schools in this region. A lot of manufacturing industries, they are moving from areas like industrial area because they are really congested and moving for places where we have bigger land and they can be able to expand easily. And also it's very easy for them when you look at the logistics to transport whatever it is that they do into the upcountry. When you look at the ring of the road network around Ruiru. And what kind of properties are in demand in this neighborhood? Is it commercial or is it residential? Both actually are in demand, residential and industrial or commercial industry. Let me start with residential. If you look at the larger Nairobi, we have a lot of uncontrolled neighborhoods coming up. Or if you look at the old neighborhoods that were maybe controlled, we have a lot of high-rise buildings coming up and strain in terms of resources. So when you look at Ruiru, there is advantage of land. You can be able to get a bigger piece of land and less units in a particular space compared to the conventional, neighbors or neighborhoods that you are used to. So you find that if you need somewhere where your kids can grow with ease, you have play areas, you have nice amenities, because most of them are modern. Ruiru is one of the places. The second one of the industry. We have a lot of government influence into the neighborhoods that are coming up. And I'll start with Tatu City. If you look at Tatu City, they have even dedicated, there is an EPZ zone if I'm not wrong. So you find that for a manufacturer, it's very easy for them to move from, let's say, industrial area, where they are straining in terms of the roads condition and transportations, logistics. When you come to Ruiru, remember, the infrastructure has been recently upgraded. So you find there is a lot of interest in Ruiru. And obviously, anywhere where there's an investment opportunity, there are so many challenges. Ni gani mko nazo hapa mkijenga huku? One of them has been the market, or the people who are interested in this area, they are demanding more. And, with someone demanding more, I mean, for us as developers or people in the industry, means you have to put in more resources to get into what the market is asking for. So with that means, let's say something like access to or cost of credit. It's really expensive to developers. So you find that we might want to offer things that are affordable, but then again we don't have the resources to develop fully without needing either financial support from financial institutions, or even engaging our clients who are interested in our property to come on board as we are developing, just to ease the burden of the cost of money. The second one has been credibility. Not all people in the industry are there for the market good or to deliver what they promised. So you find that some of us are genuine and we are in it for the long term, but if we had a regulation, or a regulatory body to control developers, and to make sure whatever they are doing is according to the law, that can help create more credibility even into our clients, even before they onboard.
So obviously over time, kutoka Kamaki's all the way Eastern Bypass, land prices have changed. How much have they changed? If
you want to stay in a nice place, of course, things don't come cheaply. Land, I mean, over time, you'll be able to see the demand that has, or the interest that has grown in Ruiru. So land prices have gone up over time. If you look back at, let's say, around 2017, if you're looking for a 50 by 100 plot to buy, let's say, at Kamaki's or Mogodha, or maybe, where else, Modara, with around 1M to 1.5, you are assured of a very nice, strategically located plot. Right now, the same neighborhoods, if you look at Kamaki's, right now, if you don't have around 7 million, now this buying into a controlled neighborhood, it will be very difficult for you to get a piece of land. Now, if you go to the other side, Northern Bypass, mainly, we are looking at 10 million and above. And these over the last 6 years, okay? If you go to somewhere like Mogodha and that whole stretch, we are looking at around 5 million for the same plot of land. So over time, the prices have doubled and they will continue to increase because again, the interest is there.
Sasa na hizo bei, do we buy ready-made homes or do we still ngangana tununue mashamba? What do you recommend?
Now, it depends on who is looking into getting a property. Now, let's say if you're a business person. A business person, if you tell them to commit a lot of money into such a project, they'll think of it in terms of how much would it have brought into my business if I invested this money in what I do. So for most business people, it makes a lot of sense to buy a plot and build at your own pace, because you'll be able to set aside some of the margins that you're making into constructing your ideal home. Now, again, if you're into employment, it might be difficult to accumulate enough resources to buy a plot and build, okay? Or it might take you a very long period. But now you find that there are options in the market. You'll find developers who are giving you a rent-to-own option. See, you can be able to move into a property that is ready. Then whatever rent you could have been paying goes towards your home ownership. So you see that it's favorable to buy into a ready developed property. Only that that offering is not a lot in the market at the moment. Someone who is employed, another option would be to get facility from a financial institution or maybe through the employer. Because again, if you are permanent and pensionable, you can get a facility of around 20 years or thereabout. Whatever money you'll be paying as premium for your facility is more or less the same with the rent for most properties, actually, that if you actually qualify for the facility. So it depends on who is looking to get a property, and your source of money. So if you're a business person, it would be more ideal to buy and build or get into an ongoing project, because if the lifespan of that project is maybe 5 years and you start with them, that means every month you can be able to set aside something kidogo, and by the time they are done with the project, you're also done paying. So and then for getting a facility, I mean, you'll be able to move into your house when it's already developed, and you can stay there. Because very few people in the country right now can afford to come with 10 million like pop, here is my money, give me the property.
Always, I finish my conversations with advice. Ile ya due diligence. Leo nataka uniseme, what is your advice?
Before you purchase any property, may it be a vacant land or a developed property, due diligence is key, especially in the urban centers. You know, because you find in some instances, we have some guys, you know, who in the past have done double allocation for pieces of land, or just some conmen who have fake documents. So before you purchase any property, make sure you conduct your due diligence. And these, you can use a lawyer because it's very easy for them to, they understand the process and also understand the neighborhood. Talk to one or two people who have been there for a while. It's very important you conduct your due diligence, do the search on the property, ask around, verify from the Ministry of Lands that whatever property you're buying is genuine.
Fantastic. Asante sana, Dennis.
Thank you.
And all the best.
Thank you.
As you've heard, remember to always consult your experts. Do your due diligence. Let me take a short break. We'll be right back.